Do you know that Igala language is a Yoruba language spoken by Igala ethnic group of Nigeria? Today I'm with an Igala lady. We are going to look at some common pronunciation between Igala language and our dialect. Ola,
Ona,
Otonla.
Otona.
So today we're going to be talking about mutual intelligibility. Mutual intelligibility refers to the ability to understand a language or dialect that you do not speak and how well it can be understood between each language and dialect. Many languages are related. So the same way you can see the resemblance between two siblings who share parents, you can see the resemblance between two related languages that share a common ancestor.
Today, I'll be educating some people, especially those people who claim that a group of people is speaking their language and denying their identity. They always believe that anybody speaking something close to their own languages belongs to them. For those of you who are always claiming other people's tongue, that because they speak something like your own, that means it belongs to you. You think it's only in Nigeria it occurs. It occurs all over the world. Go to Ghana, you will see languages like that. Go to South Africa, go to Gabon, go to Romania, Hispania, Croatia, Brazil, Portuguese, Mexico. Go there, you will see them that they have languages that are very, very mutually intelligible. Go and check them, you see that their languages are very, very similar. This kind of situation does not only occur in Nigeria, where a particular person speaks a language that is a little bit closer. You might hear some words in this language and you will not hear in the other one. These are family of languages. For these people that always claim these kind of things, they claim to have traveled far and wide, but they have no idea of what they call mutual intelligibility in languages. That's why most times you see arguments, they argue this tribe, that this tribe belongs to them, this tribe belongs to them. Meanwhile, these tribes are totally different people. And you see them, they'll say, what do you call this one in your language? What do you call this one in your language? They want to claim it that is their own. But this thing happens not only in Nigeria, not only in Africa. There are many tribes that have these languages that they have these similarities. But some of this group of people, they just believe that any language that is close to their own belongs to them. They have traveled far and wide to other parts of the country or other parts of the world. They should know that mutual intelligibility is very, very common amongst languages and among nations of the world. So today we are going to be teaching or educating them on what is called mutual intelligibility. When languages are kind of similar, you hear sometimes you can hear some words in the other language and you might not hear the other one. And you are trying to what you spoke is like my language. This one is my language. Why will you say it's not? You don't belong to this ethnic nationality. Today we are going to be treating that topic. Just watch this video.
However, in this video, we'll be exploring something a little bit more elusive, where you don't speak the same language as the other person, but you still can somehow understand them through that tangled mess of gibberish. From Spanish to Italian, Ukrainian to Russian, and Serbian to Croatian, all of these languages have something in common, and that is mutual intelligibility. But what is mutual intelligibility? Mutual intelligibility describes the relationship between a language or dialect, and those speakers of those specific languages or dialects can understand each other. So if you've ever wondered why two people who speak two different languages can somehow understand one another, watch this video.
Hi everyone, I'm Claudia. My language for today is Spanish and I'm from Peru.
Hello, I'm Andre. I'm Romanian and we speak Romanian.
Okay, alright, let's get started. The first word is death.
Muerte. Wow, they're the same.
Next. Difficult.
Difícil. Ah,
There's this chi.
yeah. But I think the
It's probably spelled the same. You said-
difícil. Yeah.
How do you spell it?
T-I-F-I-C-I-L.
It's spelled the same though.
Spelled the same?
Pronounced differently.
Difícil.
Interesting.
Airplane.
Avión. The same.
It's the same
With a
word.
little V?
You know, it just as it's spelled. A-V-I-O-N.
Mm-hmm. Same.
Okay.
Next. Level.
Mm-hmm. Nivel.
I forgot.
You don't know? Come
But it is
on.
actually nivel. No, I couldn't remember before.
What is it?
Nivel.
Nivel?
Yeah.
Same.
N-I-V-I-L.
Okay.
Nivel.
It happens. It happens.
Well, you see, when you speak your own language with your family, with your friends, you end up going, in English. Airplane. I'm forced. Cool airplane.
just a weekend with the family.
So next, hand.
Muna.
Mano. Mono.
Muna.
Muna.
No, muna.
Muna.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's very different, this one.
Yeah, very different.
The number 5.
Chinch.
Cinco. Chinch?
Chinch.
Chinch. Yeah, it sounds. But how do you write it?
Cincie.
Ah,
Wait.
it's pretty
No,
similar.
there's no E at the end, sorry.
C-I-E.
Cinci.
Yeah.
Chinch.
Same
see-
spelling, but instead of A, O.
The CI, we pronounce it chi, you pronounce it C.
C.
So that's the difference, the pronunciation.
But then C-O, we pronounce ko.
Yeah,
Cinco.
so do we.
Okay.
Cool, yeah.
Oh.
And
That was a tricky one.
taste. Like, as in tasting.
Okay.
Gust.
Sabor. Gusto. Yeah.
Gust.
Gusto. That wouldn't be similar.
You gotta know in it.
Hello, my name is Grisel Bennett. I'm an English educator and linguistics specialist at Unbounded Education. And as said earlier, today we'll be investigating mutual intelligibility. But before we dive more in depth into mutual intelligibility, I believe that I should divide the term into 2 different terms first. So let's start with symmetrical intelligibility. Symmetrical intelligibility is when there are 2 speakers, 2 different languages or dialects, and they can understand each other to about the same level. An example of this relationship are the 4 languages Serbian, Croatian, Bosnian, and Montenegrin. All 4 of these languages were once spoken in Yugoslavia. However, nowadays that country no longer exists and they are now spoken in their respective countries. One speaker of one of these 4 languages can understand the other 3 speakers of the 3 other languages. And they can pretty much do this without much difficulty. The main difference between the 4 is more so in melody, pronunciation, and other small differences. Asymmetrical intelligibility is the opposite. So it is when one speaker has a higher degree of understanding of another compared to the other. For example, let's take Dutch and Afrikaans. Dutch is primarily spoken in the Netherlands, Belgium, and Suriname. Afrikaans, on the other hand, is spoken in South Africa and Namibia. Dutch speakers have an easier time of understanding Afrikaans than the other way around. And this is primarily due to the fact that Afrikaans has a simpler grammar compared to Dutch. So therefore, Dutch speakers would find it a little bit easier to understand Afrikaans compared to Afrikaans speakers trying to understand Dutch. In reality, it's more common to have asymmetrical intelligibility than symmetrical intelligibility. So now that we know about the 2 categories of intelligibility, how do you know the difference between a language versus a dialect? This can get a little bit confusing because some people consider dialects to be 2 different forms of the same language and they can understand each other. However, this is not a universal case.
Now you understand what I'm talking about. Mutual intelligibility is when 2 languages might look very, very similar. Some share words and meanings, but the other persons have his own identity, while the other one is claiming his own identity. But a particular group of people in this Nigeria will not allow other tribes to rest, always wanting to force their own. Like I've said it before, we have many tribes in Nigeria. Let's look at these bigger languages, these people who they call majority ethnic nationalities in Nigeria. Let me take, for example, the Yoruba ethnic group and their languages. Do you know that there is a language in Delta State that is called the Ishekiri? And this language, Ishekiri language, is mutually intelligible to the Yoruba language. But do you know that Ishekiri is also an ethnic group? But Ishekiri is an independent ethnic nationality from the Yoruba language, the Yoruba group. But looking at them mutually, you can see that there's this language intelligibility between both. Take a look at the Igala language. The Igala people of Kogi State. The Igala language is also classified as a Yoruba language.
Do you know that Igala language is a Yoruba language spoken by Igala ethnic group of Nigeria? Today I'm with an Igala lady. We are going to look at some common pronunciation between Igala language and our dialect. Ola.
Ona.
Otonla.
Otona.
This language shares some words with the Yoruba. Apart from that, do you know that the Igalas, there's still the Idomas, there is still Igede people. This language and Igala are also very, very mutually intelligible. Like, there's this closeness between both of them. Languages are like that all over the world. Looking at the Urhobo, Isoko language of Delta State, Isoko and the Urhobo, they speak almost similar tongues. The Isoko man can easily listen to the Urhobo language, and the Urhobo man can easily listen to the Isoko language. But the 2 of them still maintain their separate identities. The Isoko man remains the Isoko man, the Urhobo man remains the Urhobo man. Nobody forces identity this, the Urobo man does not come to say you Isoko. Why will you say you are not Urobo? The Urobo man, you Urobo. Why you say you are not Isoko? That's what they call mutual respect, and it's all over the world. But this group of people that I don't want to call their name, they know themselves. Oh. They always want to force their own on other people because your own is like this. You have this one in your language. This thing is your language. That means you are now my tribe. This other tribe will always be telling them, we are not you people. We have our own identity. They want to force it. So today, that is why I came with this new topic called mutual intelligibility in language. So that's why I did this video. So for those of you on social media going and insulting other people's tribe, be very, very careful. You claim that you have traveled far and wide, and yet your illiteracy is on the high side. Get out of my camera, Jerry.